we live? I can't tell. What's going on? Hi. Say hi.
I can't do that.
Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
No, but you can like rub your head.
I can polish it again. It's not as shiny as it was last week.
What happened? Last week.
Man, I was oiled up. I was ready to go. I had the whole jojoba fresh on it.
Awesome. Hello. This is Fat Jacks Comicrypt, a comic book store in a little town called Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah, usually there's a name is up there.
Yeah.
Not anymore. In fact, I'm not sure who's out there.
Oh, there it is.
It was like a ghost. Oh, okay, there we go. So we have a ghost as a producer today, which hi Ghost. Thank you for being here with us.
It goes well with our conversation on the previous show.
Actually, it really does. You know what? I am not making connections properly tonight. You know, they're like there's so many good little like segue connections.
Missed opportunities.
Tons of missed opportunities. In fact, if that is not the byline to my memoirs, missed opportunities, I don't know what else is. Anyway, we are Fat Jacks.
We're getting booed by our producer.
No. I think it was a ghost, like boo.
Oh,
boo.
I thought it was like boo.
No, it was like boo earns. They're saying boo earns. One of the best jokes. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it, and we made a lot of promises on the local show that we were going to be a lot more serious and sell comics. And so far, we are starting out right out of the block, tearing it up. And
who wants to talk about anything but comics?
Such professionals here, yeah. Anyway, I'm Brendan. That's Al. We are Fat Jacks Comicrypt. Sometimes this show has a name. Who knows? We are here to technically sell comic books. Sometimes we're bad at that, but as many people who know us know, we're not very good at our jobs. So thank you. So no, we don't have Marvel Saga number 16. I have no idea what that even is. Do you see Marvel Saga?
Yeah, no,
okay.
Sorry.
So how about this? I'm just going to do a little business here because maybe someone is joining us who has never watched the show before. So with that said, technically we are here to sell comic books. So if you are interested to purchase comic books, the best way to do that is in the chat to say, hey, I want that book. And be as specific as possible. Please, if you actually want to purchase the book or claim the book, say, I claim the book. I'm going to buy that book. Don't say I'm interested. Let's not be too vague, okay? Because interested might be you want to know, you have a question about the book. And again, we're here to answer questions as well, so don't hesitate. You
can always claim the book, and then after he's done talking about it, if you say, oh, that was a mistake, I don't want it, it's not a big deal.
Fully understandable. Yeah. So to claim a book, like I said, do it in the chat. If for some reason someone is watching us and is incapable of interacting or saying or typing into the chat or what have you, you can always give us a phone call. We are here at 215-963-0788, as our Ghost has put up on the bottom of the screen. Thank you, Ghost. I appreciate it. I hope you are not the ghost of the murderer of Casper, because that kid definitely got murdered by some adult.
Man, that took a turn.
All right, so.
Oh, calling out your toupee.
Oh my! Okay, I definitely have a toupee, as you can tell. You know, it's really easy to tear off.
If I may, before we continue with business,
okay.
I don't know, whoever's the ghost producing may not know, but Zanin is in the chat.
Zanin is in the chat. All is good in the world. I feel so much better. Zanin,
show's over, everybody.
My spirit animal, thank you very much for showing up. Really appreciate it. Not to
see, that's what. I thought Casper was Richie Rich.
Well, that's what I think. That's
like the thing, right?
Isn't there like a movie? Isn't it like Tarantino or like there was a movie where someone said that and it was like a whole monologue?
Oh, maybe.
That like Casper's the ghost of Richie Rich. Because let's be honest, if anyone needed to be murdered, it's Richie Rich.
Yeah, he's a real jerk.
He's a real jerk. Okay, yeah. Back to business. Yeah, we're supposedly supposed to be selling comic books. Okay, yes. If we are here in Philadelphia, obviously. So if you were someone watching us in the Philadelphia area, maybe you're someone who shops here at the store, any books that you claim or purchase tonight, we will have here on hold for you. You can come by and pick them up. If you are over in the Oakland, New Jersey, you're in that area and you're close to our Jersey store, we'll send the books over there for you to pick up. But most likely, especially because of the way the experience works, and hopefully we're attracting some people outside of the area, we obviously ship books. Now, to ship those books to you, we need your contact information. So the best way for us to obtain that is to email it to us. And the email that primarily Al monitors is the fjccshow@gmail.com. That stands for Fat Jacks Comicrypt Show@gmail.com. Email us so we can get your email, your contact information. Al will be in touch with you, and we'll work out shipping. Now, Al, what do you want to say about shipping as we've learned some new information recently?
So for your first claim, shipping is $7. For each additional claim, we will combine costs. We're not going to gouge you with each book being $7. We will combine costs, but it's not going to be a $7 flat rate going forward. That's pretty much it. So shipping stays the same for the most part. $7 starting for the first book, and we'll go from there. Back to you.
What was that, Al? Oh, it's back to me. Okay.
To Mr. Barucci, we don't have Marvel Saga number 16.
What is Marvel Saga number 16?
I don't know.
Just out of curiosity.
Is Mr. Barucci producing our show?
I don't know. Is
maybe that's what's going on.
Is he the ghost? Cool. I like this ghost stuff. Yeah, actually, I want like ghosts to be all of our production. In fact, I'm pretty sure our entire production team here is ghosts. Oh my God, I can't even stand up. Okay, so we've talked about purchasing. We've talked about, FJCC show@gmail.com. That is our email, so we can be in contact with you. We can ship and everything.
Before we start selling books,
yes.
If everybody could please like or ring the bell or click the little cursor to support the show in whatever platform you're watching, depending it's the little bird or the Facebook. I don't really know what it is, but if you guys could please do that, because that's extremely important. More so, that's not as important as buying books, but it's still important. So buy the books first, and if you're not going to buy any books, at least do that.
Yes, please. Yeah. It makes us look more desirable, maybe?
I mean, we can't just do push-ups. Like, come on.
Oh, actually, maybe that's what the show should turn into.
Just a push-up contest.
Where we'll just put out the books, people can start claiming them, and we just do push-ups.
Okay.
Until one of us vomits, because that's what people really want to happen.
So like 7 push-ups for me. And then maybe a little poopy.
Okay. Let's think. Okay, I gotta get my stuff together. All right, I think that's all the business, right?
No, I think we're good. We can you do your thing.
Okay, let's acknowledge Happy Mother's Day for every mother out there that's watching us. I don't know why, but thank you. And for anyone who forgot that it was Mother's Day, it's Mother's Day. And if you if you're close to your mother, or even if you're not, as long as she's alive, you should probably reach out to her and let her know.
You can pause us for a minute and just shoot a text.
Yeah. I mean,
at the very least.
At the very least.
Like you're pushing it at this point.
Or maybe you can just like a photo on your mom's social media account or something like that. That seems to be the bare minimum that people do nowadays. I liked your stuff, so I mean, we're still friends, right? I mean, we never talk, we never hang out, but I like your photo of your dog. So,
shoot your mom a sup.
Sup, Mom? Sup, Mom?
Doctor Strange.
Okay. No, there's no Doctor Strange.
I don't know.
No Doctor Strange. Right. There is a Strange Academy, though. So you know what? Let's just get to it. Let's get to talk about some books, people. I could set up a bunch of stuff, but again, we went real hard on the theme last week. That theme, as many of you are probably aware of, it was Star Wars. And we went hardcore into May the 4th be with you, because, no one else was doing it. So we figured, someone had to acknowledge this little, maybe it'll be popular one day. Star Wars
franchise.
No, I mean, it's a franchise that needs the little guy to support it because
it's underdog season.
It's underdog season. Yeah, anyone who's watching the local show, this is underdog season here. So with that said, let's talk about a few spotlight books we have. Behind me are a bunch of hip hop variants. For any of you who are not aware, back in the day, Marvel did a bunch of cool hip hop variants. We'll get to those in a little bit. But first, we're going to talk about some of the bigger books here right now. If anyone was watching our local show, please bear with me. I just want to talk about a few of the things that did not sell during the local show to give people who maybe didn't catch us earlier an opportunity to maybe pick up some books or at least know what the heck these are. So right off the bat, I'm not going to go into a big long story about it because I know most of you know we're still in a pandemic. Obviously, if you can't tell. But during a period of that pandemic was the quarantine, the shutdown, the lockdown, all that kind of stuff. And just like all the industries, the comic book industry was hit, but more specifically, the convention season of the comic book industry was hit. And one of the big conventions, especially on the East Coast, is the New York Comic Con, and that obviously was canceled. And a lot of these conventions, they get these special variants and stuff like that. So when this variant was created for a Comic-Con that didn't happen, these books were released into the wild, okay? So here we have, this is technically, just so we're clear, this is the one-shot Amazing Spider-Man Sins of Norman Osborn. Number one, that was a one-shot that Nick Spencer did to set up a Sins storyline in his Amazing Spider-Man book. This was the one shot that set it off, but that's not why people are interested in this specific copy. It's the cover. This is the Negative Space Edition by John Tyler Christopher. This is a variant that there are only 2,500 in existence. It says so right here. And right here it also acknowledges that this copy is 1,839. It's not the top 5%, but hey, man, they only made 2,500, and it is a gorgeous copy. It's a virgin copy. Virgin, if you don't know what that means, it means that this comic has never had sex before. Oh, no, I mean that it just doesn't have any text on it. This is a very fine Nearman copy. In fact, to be very honest with you, I don't think it's ever been taken out of the plastic bag. And this plastic bag copy is actually inside another plastic bag because that's how much we're protecting it. It is here for $150. Again, it was a victim, like many things we're a victim of, the quarantine, lockdown, and so forth. We were lucky enough to obtain the little unicorn of Amazing Spider-Man Sins of Norman Osborn, the New York Comic Con 2020 variant, a variant for Comic Con that never happened. But we have a copy of it. All right, so right next to that is Amazing Spider-Man from 1990, issue number 344. This is a very fine near mint minus copy at $40. I'm not going to go into a big, long joke about it or what have you. This book has value primarily because it is the first appearance of Cletus Cassidy. Cletus Cassidy, if you're not aware, is the roommate of Eddie Brock during prison, and connection I did not make during the local show, but considering that this is Mother's Day, the Venom symbiote gave birth, or as some people said, pooped out another baby symbiote, and that baby symbiote bonded here with Cletus Cassidy, who is a ginger serial killer. Sorry, gingers out there, it writes itself. But he would later become Carnage. And the reason Carnage is already a character that a lot of people are interested in. I mean, they're putting out Carnage black and white and red comics and stuff. But the big draw and the reason why Carnage books are on the rise in terms of value is because, as many of you already know, Venom 2 is a movie that is coming out. And in that movie, starring Woody Harrelson, is Carnage. Woody Harrelson, who is not a ginger and is bald, is somehow playing Carnage. But hey, it's cool. Probably is fun. I want to see Woody Harrelson and Tom Hardy kiss. So there you go. Amazing Spider-Man 344, first appearance of Cletus Cassidy. And just to kind of round the square, this is Amazing Spider-Man 363. It's a very fine near mint copy at $18. Technically speaking, this is the third appearance of Carnage because his first appearance was in 2 issues prior, issue 361 and then 362 and now 363. But 363 actually is the funner one where all 3 characters fight each other because they remove their heads and then they all just kind of like roll around the floor like a bunch of cantaloupes. It's pretty funny. They like bite each other and stuff. It's so cute. All right, so there we go. So that is our 3 little Spider-Man books, our big old variant and 2 issues that pertain to Cletus Cassidy and Carnage. All right, right next to that is, again, another, I don't want to use the term victim of the pandemic, but it was a title that was released in the early 2020, and then every comic book store shut down. Now, the first issue is the big one, and we are talking about Strange Academy. All right, Strange Academy #1 is a very valuable book because it is the first appearance of a lot of these young characters. And as we've begun to learn, especially about the way that Disney and Marvel are doing their business, most of these books seem like they're pitches for some Disney Plus show. And this one's no different. There's a lot of rumors going around right now that they would like to do a cartoon with these characters, obviously aimed at the kids. But still, this is a fun, interesting book. Scotty Young, Humberto Ramos. It's all a bunch of young kids. You even get Dormammu's illegitimate son. Who knows who the mother is?
Just to clarify, this is issue #2, not issue #1.
Yeah, allow me to finish. So the reason why this very fine near mint copy is only $30, not $100, is because it is issue #2, not issue #1. But as we were talking about earlier, and as many of you know, especially if you kind of understand the speculation market, some books become so expensive, some first appearances become so expensive and out of people's price range that suddenly people start looking for second appearances, things of that nature. But again, once more attention is drawn to a book, and as they're kind of purchased and stuff, the prices begin to rise up. This one's no different, especially because a lot of people missed out on this issue because everything went in lockdown. So anyway, this issue is $30. It is Strange Academy #2, the second appearance of pretty much all of these different characters.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Williams. All right. Okay. The next one that, again, was on our local, but I want to just step up, is another highly speculated book. This is a series called Kanto. The original Kanto series was released in 2019. It was a 4-issue series. He's a little cute, little kind of sort of robot-y character. Is he? I don't know. To be very honest with you, I should have learned more about Kanto before I really started talking about it. But this is Kanto #2. And the reason why this book has a lot of value is it was a low print run book. It was a book that a lot of shops didn't get that many copies of. But like all things nowadays, it got optioned. They're trying to make an animated series out of it. And then the moment that happens, especially for a book that has a low print run, it goes crazy and the value jumps up. And this issue is no different. Very fine near mint minus for $30 by a bunch of people I'm not as familiar with. And I apologize to Booher and Zucker and Astone. I should have read your book before I priced it. But, you know, there's only so much time in the day, you know, and
shout out to the Kanto creative team if they're watching.
Yes. Yeah, we got Kanto creative team. If you're watching.
And Zucker and
yeah. Okay. Now, staying with the nature of the speculation market for the time being is, so there was an event many years ago called Secret Invasion, where the Skrulls had slowly infiltrated over the many decades of the Marvel Universe continuity. They had begun to replace certain characters like Spider-Woman, Mockingbird, Elektra, because I don't know if you know this or not, but Elektra's a Skrull. We didn't know that until Trell told us. Thank you, Trell. Appreciate it. But anyway, so Disney Plus is making a Secret Invasion show. And if you didn't know that, just watch the end of WandaVision. Watch the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. They're obviously building towards it. If you were watching our show, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe last week, where I brought out some of those first appearances of the Secret Warriors. There was the Secret Warriors book. A couple issues dealt with the first appearance and the reveal of who Madam Hydra is. The possibility in these Disney Plus Marvel shows that they might be creating some version of the Dark Avengers, all that kind of stuff. But the one thing we absolutely know for a fact is they are making a Secret Invasion series starring Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson. And a lot of the characters that people are beyond convinced are going to appear are the Secret Warriors. A lot of rumors about the Skrull Queen appearing, her first appearance in New Avengers is really hot right now. And right here we have is the first issue of Secret Invasion #1. Now, we don't have a ton of them. So right here, this is the director's cut version, okay? Meaning that not only does it have the full book, but there's a bunch of like added materials to it and all that kind of stuff. This is a very fine near mint copy at $12. Right next to it is the same exact issue, except it is one of the blank covers. But this one I marked at a very fine plus at $8, primarily because if you have a blank white cover sitting in your shelves and books are moving and this and that, it gets smudgy. And again, I'm not going to take a white rag to clean this cover. That seems like it doesn't seem like it would work very well. But anyway, but again, if you can't find the original cover A, the red cover with it sort of looks like the New Avengers cover, except they're all scrolls and silhouette. These are some nice alternatives to that. Again, this is a book that's on the rise. I did not mark these to acknowledge that rise. I think the main book, you're looking more of like a $30 to $50 book, and we're not even close to like all the casting and stuff. So these issues are going to start to get, for lack of a better term, hot. So there we go.
So Duke claimed them. Duke, which cover you want? Or do you want them both?
Director's cut or the blank cover. The director's cut is $12. It's very fine near mint. The blank cover is $8. But again, that's primarily because it is hard to keep a blank cover clean if it's not in a bag and board. And I just discovered it the other day, and I went, oh, man. In fact, I should have drawn on it. and then sold it for like $20. Yeah. So anyway, let us know in the chat which one you're interested in.
He's going to go director's cut.
All right, director's cut.
Thank you, Duke.
Cool stuff. Thanks, Duke. All right, next up, this issue has nothing to do with anything, really. But it's neat, it's weird, it's fun. This is Terminator: The Burning Earth, okay? This is issue 5 of 5 of Now Comics in the mid-'80s. Soon after the first Terminator movie, they got the licensing, and they made a miniseries. That was the first miniseries. This is the second miniseries. But the reason why this miniseries has some interest in it is some of, if not the first work, it is some of the earliest work of a little-known artist who's kind of very underrated, doesn't get talked about a lot, not that prolific. You don't really see his work as much. But we're here to shine a spotlight on the unknown artist, and doesn't get more unknown than Alex Ross. Here is Alex Ross, the painter. This is one of his earliest works. Now, what makes this book, actually, it's a very fine near mint at $20, but really part of that value is right there. It's hard to see, but that is his signature. He signed this book, okay? So it is signed by the artist, Alex Ross, but even funnier, because Alex Ross is such a comedian, a little thing that was not noticed when it went to publication. It took many years for somebody to notice, but it's kind of neat to point out. Right here, Alex sort of in the design, now it's all backwards, it's hard to see, but he pretty much says, "Now Comics blows." So,
does it really?
Yeah, so Alex Ross, as he's walking out the door, working for Now Comics, he decided to put a very coded message into the book that Now Comics blows. So there we go. Very fine near mint. Signed copy at $20. All right. Real quick, something that no one said to me, but I kind of realized is we've been doing a lot of Marvel lately for obvious reasons. There's a lot of interest and a lot of heat around the Marvel books. So I wanted to do a little bit of the DC, get some DCs out here. So the first ones we're going to talk about here is the Batman Family series, okay? So right up here, we have issue number 2. This is a very good plus copy at $7. Now, most of these Batman Families are anthology series, usually about 4 or 5 stories in each book pertaining to certain characters, usually connected to the Batman family. So issue 2 looks like you have an Alfred story, a Vicky Vale story, a Clue Master story, a Mystery Man story, a Batgirl story, just a bunch of.
So you get reprints of Batman and Detective. You get a Gardner Fox with Edmund Hamilton.
Okay.
Or no, Gardner Fox, Edmund Hamilton, Carmen Infantino, and Sheldon Moldoff. Well, I'm not familiar with Sheldon Moldoff. And we don't have Burning Earth #1.
No.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, which I think is considered his first published.
Sure that's his first.
Is that Alex's? Is that considered Alex Ross's first published work? Burning Earth #1. Okay, so that was Batman Family #2. Now we have Batman Family #4, where Batman and Robin fight a bunch of Santa Clauses by Ernie Chun.
Batman meets Fat Man.
Oh, this is the Batman meets Fat Man story. First appearance of Fat Man's in this issue. There he is right there. Look, he's so fat and chubby. You get an elongated man story, a Phantom General story, dangerous doings for the dynamic duo. Oh man, they just know how to turn a phrase, don't they? This is a fine minus copy at $8.
Do you think Fat Man would get any play nowadays?
Oh, absolutely, definitely. Yeah.
No, I mean as far as publishing, isn't that rude? I mean it's like body shaming.
That's a good point.
To call him fat, you don't get characters.
No, it's kind of like we had to drop the black to everything. Yeah. If you're going to be called black something, it's because you have some kind of shadow powers or something, not because you need to know what his race is. In a weird way, it says something that there's a character wearing a full mask. You can't tell what their nationality or race is, and yet they still Black Lightning. There he is.
I mean, yeah.
All right, next up. Now, this one has a teeny bit of value here. This is Batman Family Giant. This is #9. It's a very good plus copy at $12. This is the reintroduction of the Joker's daughter, who's also the Scarecrow's daughter, who's also the Riddler's daughter, who's also the Penguin's daughter. But we all find out that actually she is Dual-Ident. She is Two-Face's daughter. But I don't know. I guess if you're Two-Face's daughter, you have a bit of a multiple personality disorder thing going on. So this is a fun little story where she faces off against Batgirl and Robin. So like I said, it's a very good plus copy at $12.
So thank you to Jason for the Terminator.
All right.
Mr. Lime, I got you the Fat Man issue. And we're going to break, everybody.
Oh, it's break time already?
Already.
We know this has been a difficult time for you. We know you are scared. Here at Regenerous Tech we have developed a safe and effective solution to our worldwide problem. Trust Regenerist. We give you back your life.
Do you like ghost stories? I hope so. My name is Lawrence, a husband and a father. In life, I was a professor of religious literature and history. If I was still alive, I guess I'd still be all of those things. But I'm not. I'm dead. Like I said, ghost story. Believe me, I never imagined I'd be here, helping others heal in the afterlife. So where is here? This is the scene. It's the middle place where souls must confront the traumas of their past. Here I lead souls away from their demons that haunt them. I must also defend these lost souls from others who would prey on them. To do this, I use the power of the Staff of Truth to help them break free. It isn't easy. Clearly, they need help and hope, and that's where I come in. I am a guide of souls. I'm the shepherd.
Oh, we're back. All right. I was not paying attention. Was paying attention. Sort of paying attention. I don't know. But here we are. Brendan now. We're back. Fat Jacks Comicrypt. Welcome. We're here on the experience. Crushing it as always.
Welcome back.
Let's say we don't have to do business. We're all friends here, right? We all know what's going on.
Let's just get right to it.
Let's just get right to it.
Take off your... Never mind.
Are you going to ask everyone to take off their pants?
Nope, not at all.
You're really not. Let's call that. You're sexually harassing the audience by asking them to take clothing off. You know that, right?
Just leave and go home.
Oh, ow.
I should absolutely just leave and get out of here.
Sometimes you are problematic. And speaking of problematic,
Should I take my pants off first? Would that be better?
actually, yeah, maybe to make people. Actually, no, that might make people more uncomfortable. Yeah, but recently we talked about the fact that it is Mother's Day. Okay. And as much as I would have loved to,
You go do your thing.
As much as I would have loved to have created a theme around Mother's Day, let's say they're not as representative, the mothers in the world, in the comic book medium. In fact, as we learned from Avengers 200, they're not always treated with the utmost respect. Let's say. Now. We're going to get to, but there is one book I found, okay? One book that is has an interesting history. It's only $4, so you're not really asking for that much. As some of you might be aware, recently a Mark Millar property, Jupiter's Legacy, was released on Netflix here this past weekend. Now, Mark Millar, let's call him an idea man. Most of his comics, and I mean no offense to you, Mark Millar, but most of his comics read like they're elevator pitches for a movie or a TV show. But he doesn't shy away from a challenge, that's for sure. And a challenge he did meet. Back in the early 2000s, when Marvel was still trying to pull itself out of the mud that came with its very infamous bankruptcy in the 90s. Bill Jemas and Joe Quesada, they were sort of they were the captains of the ship at that point. And let's say they definitely threw a lot at the wall just to see if anything would stick. And they came up with an idea, or somebody came up with this idea. They were like, you know what was really popular back in the day? Romance comics. You know what nobody does anymore? Romance comics. So you know what we should do? We should create a romance comic. So Mark Millar's like, yeah, let's do it. But they were like, hey, man, but we're Marvel. It's got to have some connection to a Marvel character or something. And so what was born is a comic. I don't even know if people are even aware it exists anymore. I mean, the two covers alone are strange. But the book I am obviously talking about is Trouble by Epic Comics. Okay? That was the other thing. I wanted to bring back the Epic brand. Trouble. Okay, let's first look at this cover. The trouble of the cover.
Yeah.
Okay? Those are very young underage girls.
I was going to say, is that the Olsen twins?
Yeah. Now, Terry Dodson did the art for this work. So here's the Terry Dodson cover. Okay? They look like grown-ass women, my friends. And then look at these young ladies. Okay? All right. So already we have a bit of an aesthetic discrepancy. But that's besides the point. Do you know what this book's about? Okay. It's a romance comic. It takes place in the 70s. And it stars two characters. A character by the name of May. I don't know if she's May Parker. Okay. It is supposed to be Peter Parker's parents and Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Now, Richard Parker and Ben Parker, I think, are brothers who go to a summer camp where Mary, the best friend of May, they also go to this summer camp. And a lot of poorly written dialogue bounces around. And then May, who you probably guessed it, is Aunt May. She has sex with Richard Parker, and cheats on Ben, and it's convoluted. What I'm really getting at is the idea, because this is Mother's Day. Aunt May, when she was a young, ginger, beautiful woman, she gets pregnant, and she gives birth to a little baby by the name of Peter. But she can't have this baby out of wedlock, so she gives the baby to her friend Mary and Mary's really crappy boyfriend, Richard. So, of course, we now have the origin of Peter Parker, the baby of May, who had a baby out of, love lock, wedding lock, all that kind of stuff. It was such a weird book. It contradicted all of this continuity. People hated it. I mean, the book is, it's garbage. But, anyway, I shouldn't say too much negative stuff. But in honor of Mother's Day, let us acknowledge that we don't all come into this world equally. So here we go. This is Trouble by Mark Millar and Terry Dodson, issue number 1, both covers. They're all very fine New Mint copies at $4. Okay.
The sex drives of May and Mary.
The sex drives of May. And again.
And the Parker Brothers.
And the Parker Brothers. The Parker Brothers. Man, what a crossover. Did they make Monopoly while they were like.
Zanin, is that the subtitle for the book that was never used? Is that what that
Yeah, okay. Does anyone else? I know some people were like, what the hell are these idiots talking about? Other people remember these books. It was like a big deal. I remember at the time they were like, oh my God, the reveal is going to blow people's minds. I mean, again, Mark Millar is a bit of let's call him a showman. Some might call him a bit of a con man in regards to the way he cons you into reading some comics. But by the time you get to the end of the book and you realize what it really is about, you might have the same reaction I did. What the? And then throw it across the room. I mean, the cover alone was already uncomfortable, and I was in my early 20s, and I was like, "Ooh, this is icky." 20 years later, it is much ickier. It's gross. Anyway, there we go. Trouble number 1. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. All right, but let's get to some cooler ladies. Here we have from 1985, Green Lantern number 192. This is a very fine near mint copy at $15. This is the reintroduction and origin of Star Sapphire. Now, I was confused by this little detail. Overstreet refers to it as Star Sapphire's first full appearance. I guess my question is for people who are big DC fans or big Green Lantern fans, was the original Star Sapphire the dude? Was that like an original Green Lantern villain? And then in this book, when they reintroduced the Star Sapphire concept, that's when we get the first appearance of the actual Carol Ferris, the female Star Sapphire. I'm asking the chat because, as many people learned in the local show, most of the show is Al and I just asking questions so you guys can do the work for us. So anyway.
But we never have DC books, so imagine what that's like.
I know. So that is Green Lantern 192, very fine near mint copy at $15, reintroduction and origin of the Star Sapphire. Right next to that is another badass lady and an introduction of an even more badass lady. This is Ms. Marvel, issue number 9 from 1977, and it is the first appearance of a little X-Men villain, Deathbird, who many of you will know as the Shi'ar kind of bad sheep, black sheep of the family, Lilandra, who is the paramour, the queen of the Shi'ar and the paramour of a young go-getter like Professor X. Well, this is her mean sister, Deathbird. Now, this is a very fine near mint copy at $18. All right. So that is pretty much the extent. Oh, actually, no. One more Mother's Day. Okay. So this is a bundle. This is the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows bundle. This is the 5-issue miniseries from the Secret Wars event. Now, this is a variant. The only first issue I had was this S.H.I.E.L.D. variant, so don't be weirded out by that. But this is the series where Mary Jane Watson and Peter Parker not only have a beautiful young daughter, but they raise her to become Spider-Girl. So let's celebrate a much better Mary Jane in the Spider-Man mythos than whatever the hell they were thinking this Trouble book was supposed to be. Now, this is a $20 bundle, but we're selling it for $8. All right. Here, in fact, we'll just put it right here.
Just cover Trouble.
Yeah, just cover up Trouble. So we're not looking at a bunch of 14-year-old girls peering over sunglasses.
We can't be bothered to have 2 shelves for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You get 1 shelf, mothers. That's it. And a bunch of books. That's all I'm going to say.
And now let's move on to really crappy fathers. Because I know a lot about that.
There's a ton of those in comics.
Oh, man. You want to talk about a pretty prolific trope in comic books? It's bad daddies. So here we go. Let's start off with one of the worst bad daddies, Thanos. Now, this is the second Thanos solo series of all time. This was the Jeff Lemire, Mike Deodato series. This is issue number 1. It's a very fine near mint copy at $8. Probably what is most famous about this series was actually who took over the book from Jeff Lemire, though that was Donny Cates, where he introduced the cosmic Ghost Rider, baby Thanos, the Punisher, all that kind of stuff. But there we go. Thanos, number 1, $8. Next up is Warlock, who can't be a daddy because he's just a him. This is Warlock issue number 7. This was the introduction of the Brute. This was the death of Counter-Earth Dr. Doom. And if you don't know who the Brute is Counter-Earth Reed Richards. So there we go. That is a fine copy at $10. Now, most of you who are aware of Warlock, you're probably more aware of Warlock in regards to where it went, which was Jim Starlin. Because I'm pretty sure I said this in a previous show at the time that the main Warlock series was going on. Jim Starlin was writing some Adam Warlock stories and Strange Tales. And then those stories dovetailed into the main Warlock book, and they started here with the pulse-pounding premiere issue of issue number 9. I love when they do that. This is Warlock issue number 9. This is a fine plus copy at $20. This is the issue that really kind of like skyrockets the Jim Starlin Warlock series, which would lead to some of the best, most epic Marvel stories of all time, especially in regards to this bad daddy over here. Just a bunch of bad daddies all trying to fight over who can be the worst. But again, this is Jim Starlin, wrote and illustrated Warlock. Number 9 introduces the Magus, all that good fun. Right next to that is issue number 10. This is a fine copy at $16. This is where Bad Daddy Thanos fights Bad Daddy Magus, and you find out a little bit of the origin of Magus. Anyway, this is issue number 10 of the Jim Starlin Warlock run, fine at $16. And the final issue of that, was this the final issue? Issue 15? But this is, yes, I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah.
It was, yes.
So this is Warlock issue number 15. This is a fine plus copy at $15. You get a bunch of Thanos. You get reintroductions of Pip the Troll, Gamora, and in this issue, it is the first time that we find out that Adam Warlock's Soul Gem is part of a set. Now, that set, the phrase Infinity Gems have not been coined yet, but this is the first acknowledgement of the Infinity Gems as being what they would later become. Okay?
Can I get you got 15 there?
Yep.
All right. Thank you to Jason and Duke.
All right.
And just so everybody knows, so there's no confusion, Duke, I got you. These have all been claimed.
Seriously?
So we're gonna talk about them because they're cool, but
Oh, shoot.
they're not really for sale anymore.
Okay, well, let's just get into it real quick because they sold when I wasn't paying attention.
Thank you, Duke.
All right. So, I guess let me get my notes because some of these I don't all know. Like this one I obviously recognize. I would love to play a game, but this isn't the local show. This is the experience, so we have to be more professional or something. But I also want to know what all of the covers are because it is important. No, this is good. Just I got it here. Okay, so first up is the one I absolutely recognize. This is A-Force number 1, hip-hop variant, straight out of comics. Obviously, that is NWA's Straight Outta Compton. This is a very fine plus copy at $15. Some of these hip-hop variants have a ton of value. The X-23 that does the DMX cover. After his death, that book skyrocketed over $100 or so. This is one of the few that has a lot of value. A bunch of these behind me, some of them have value, some of them don't. Some of them have value, but they're not in the best condition. So the price obviously reflects that. But this one is one of our better copies. Like I said, that is a $15 copy. Okay, next to that is All New X-Men. This is a very fine near mint copy, very fine near mint minus copy, excuse me, at $8. Artwork by Ed Pisker. I wanted to add an R, so I just wanted to make. For anyone who's not familiar with Hip Hop Family Tree, get familiar with it because it is brilliant. Man, what a great history lesson. But anyway, it's an $8 book. Now this cover is Uptown Saturday Night by Campbell. There we go. All right, next up is The Amazing Spider-Man number 1. It's another very fine near mint copy at $8. And this one, what's this one?
Tribe.
Oh, yeah, this is Tribe. Yeah, of course. Midnight Marauders by Tribe Called Quest. All right, now this one has a lot of value, except the copy has all of these like smudges and stuff. So it's like, only $3.
It's like the worst copy we have.
It's a fine plus, primarily because, man, it got like all the colors is smudged out and stuff. But for anyone who doesn't recognize that cover, that is Jizza's Liquid Swords. This is illustrated by Dennis Cohen and Bill Sienkiewicz. Contested Champions number 1, $3.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Mr. Hunter. No, these are all claimed.
Yeah, they're all claimed. Yeah, sorry. We're just running through them real fast just because.
Sorry, man. I totally forgot.
All right, next up is Karnak. This is a very fine near mint copy. This is a Care Andrews cover. It's $6. And that one is Saturday Night, the Album by Schoolie D. All right. Next up after that one is Illuminati number 1. Very fine near mint copy at $5. Done by Brittany Holloway Brown. That copy, what is that? That is Power by Ice-T. How did I not recognize that? And then the Ghetto Boys, Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. That is issue number 1, done by Wilfred Santiago. And what was the title of that? Oh, 6 Feet Deep. Grave Diggers, not Ghetto Boys. I'm a fool. Grave Diggers. Next up is one I do not recognize. I think it was from the No Limit label. If you look at all that crappy gold. There's Hercules #1, very fine near mint, $6. What is this, Lil B? Who's this? Black Flame by Lil B. Let me know, is that a No Limit album? Next up is Nova #1. This is Born Sinner by J. Cole. That is what the cover is. That is Eric Canetti. That is a very fine plus, $8. Next up is Prowler #1. It's $5. A very fine near mint. That is Tech 9 Psychology 101. And right next to that, a very fine near mint copy at $5. Yo Bum Rush, the Chimichangas. That's Uncanny Avengers #1. That's one I should know, and for some reason I'm flaking on it. That is Yo Bum Rush the Show by Public Enemy. God, man, how did I flake on that? Anyway, those are all of our hip-hop variants, and it sounds like they're all sold.
Thank you, Duke.
Thank you, Duke. So we'll say goodbye to all these hip-hop variants. If, Duke, after hearing some of the conditions and prices, you change your mind, please let us know. But again, these are all...
Does anybody in the chat, did anybody buy the vinyl where they like release the albums with these covers?
No way!
Yeah, so there was a guy and he had grabbed, I think they were like, $70, $80. It was like a custom thing, very limited press.
Yeah.
It was the Marvel covers on the original album.
Dude, that is cool.
Yeah.
I would actually, well, and I wouldn't have spent that money, but that's neat. All right, a little nostalgia buzz for anyone who's curious. Here we have an issue of Wizard Magazine, issue number 17. Barry Windsor Smith and David Lapham did the Valiant characters. It's a very fine near mint copy. It's never been taken out of the poly bag. It's only $5. But the big draw of this issue are these two little cards here. The first card is Santa the Barbarian by Rob Liefeld. And right behind that, you can almost see her butt, is by Jim Lee, Holly Days. So you get a lot of TNA in your Wizard magazine for $5. That's cool. All right, so there's that. Now, while we got some time, let's do a few bundles here for the people who are interested. All right, so first up is Marvel Shadows and Light. Now, this was an anthology series done in the late 90s, 1998. This is issue 1 through 4. There is usually about 3 stories in each of them, and they're all done in sort of like a black and white chiaroscuro style. It's a $12 bundle that we're selling for $5. Then we have The Mighty Captain Marvel from 2017, issue 0 through 4. So that's a 5-issue bundle. Retails for $20. We're selling it for $8. Then we have Mighty Avengers. Now, this was after Bendis left the book. Dan Slott and Koi Pham took over with Hank Pym and Jocasta and Scarlet Witch and all those kind of people. This was during the Dark Reign event where Norman Osborn had sort of taken over S.H.I.E.L.D., turned into Hammer, all that kind of stuff. This is from 2009. This is issue 21 through 28. Retails for $25. We have it here for $10. Then we have the second and final arc of the Dan Slott Mighty Avengers storyline. This is issue number 29 through 36. Retails for $24. We're selling it for $10. It also took place, the final issues was during the Siege event. All right. And then we have a little series from 1998. This was called Marvel Universe because, I don't know, they couldn't come up with a better name. This is issue 1 through 7, and it's 2 complete story arcs. The first one is an Invaders story, and the second one has to do with the monsters and monster hunters and really fun, weird. Roger Stern wrote all these, but the art, young Steve Epting did the Invaders stuff. Steve Epting, as many of you know, would go on to do Brubaker's amazing Captain America run. So this was some early Steve Epting Captain America stories. All right. Next up is a little series. Okay, so before the Champions, as we know now, Marvel was trying to push the last generation of like teen characters. It didn't work. You got Darkhawk. You got the girl from Power Pack. You got, I think that's Ultron's son. I have no idea who that girl is. He was one of, I think, the Spider-Man sort of characters, like Disc or Prodigy or Rush or I don't know. But every one of the covers of this series was done to look like an 80s teen movie. So obviously you get your Breakfast Club. There you got your Pretty in Pink. But anyway, this is a 6-issue limited series dealing with these characters having a lot of teen angst. Retails for $18. We're selling it for $7. Next up is another attempt to do the Marvel Comics Presents brand. This was from 2007. This is issue 1 through 6. So you get stories with Captain America, Hellcat, Taskmaster, Devil Dinosaur, Spider-Man, the Hulk. You get some later Captain America here. This bundle retails for $24. We're selling it for $10. All right, since we'll just kind of move along with it, because I got them all here anyway. All right. There's a lot of miniseries lately about a character killing the Marvel Universe. Well, this miniseries, someone saves it. This is Longshot Saves the Marvel Universe from 2013. It's issue 1 through 4, a complete limited series. Retails for $12. We're selling it for $5. All right, next up is the most recent Luke Cage series. This is from 2017. This is the first 5 issues of that series. Complete story arc. Retails for $20. We're selling it for $8. And then we have a complete series, a full 8-issue run of the legendary Star-Lord from the pages of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This was that era where he obviously was made to look more like the Star-Lord from the movie. Now, this is this 8-issue bundle where he's also dating Kitty Pryde at the time. I think this is where they break up. This retails for $32. We're selling it for $12. Then we have, all right, I have a theory about this, okay? Because on a recent show, we had the first appearance of Killraven. Well, we have the Alan Davis, Mark Farmer, Killraven miniseries, 6-issue miniseries from 2002. Retails for $18 and it's $7. But again, I remarked a bunch about his outfit, and I kind of mocked it and made fun of it. But it was very familiar, and I couldn't put my finger on what made it so familiar, especially when you think about, I think Killraven was created in 1976, somewhere in that like mid-70s range. And I went, what does his outfit remind me of? And it occurred to me, John Borman, the director, and a little-known actor by the name of Sean Connery, they made a sci-fi movie called Zardos. And if you've never seen Zardos and you have no idea what the outfit was that Sean Connery wore, look it up right now and then tell me if that looks familiar. All right? Zardos. Woo!
Mr. Williams knows it.
All right, all right. Mr. Williams is in the know. All right, next up is... All right, now, I'm going to talk about these bundles real quick, and then I'm going to run and I'm going to grab an issue. It was an issue that I was kind of holding out on. I didn't want to pull it out, right away. But considering there's some synchronicity with these bundles. Okay, so Journey into Mystery came back for a period of time, and it was taken over, and it became a spotlight for Lady Sith. So this first bundle from 2013, this is issue 646 through 650. It's the first Lady Sith arc. There's 2 arcs. The second arc is here in this bundle. All right, so this retails for $15. We're selling it for $7. All right, Lady Sith just doing cool, badass Lady Sith stuff. And right next to it in this second bundle, this is Journey into Mystery from 2013. This is issue 651 to 655. So these 2 bundles together, that's a complete series. I think it was only 12 issues, 14 issues. Yeah, 14, maybe 10. But also in this series, you might be able to see him or not, there's a little character back here. And this is the character that Lady Sith was dating at the time. And that character, hand it up, Al. I'm going to go grab his first appearance.
What the fuck? All right. Well, thank you to Jason for taking the Journey bundles. And apparently DC did a Zardoz-inspired character in the 70s by the name of Vartox.
Ooh, interesting.
And the 2 Journey bundles are going to go to Jason when you're done talking about.
All right. So, Jason, you're taking these Journey into Mystery bundles. And maybe, just maybe, someone might be walking away with the first appearance of beautiful Lady Sith's boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
And that boyfriend is Beta Ray Bill. And here we have Thor from 1983, issue 377, first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, and the beginning of one of the best superhero comic book runs of all time, Walt Simonson's Thor. Now, this is a very fine minus copy because, again, there's damn white covers, but it's $100 because, as many of you are probably aware, Beta Ray Bill is going to be appearing in the next Thor movie. So Beta Ray Bill and his hammer Stormbreaker are just around the corner. and a general audience is going to go, what the hell's wrong with that dude's face? So in honor of Lady Sif's boyfriend, there is his very first appearance for all to see, Thor 337, first appearance of Beta Ray Bill. All right.
And we're going to break.
Oh, and it's break time. Always comes back when my back's turned. It's like it wants to like jump up on me. Like they're like, let's crack Brendan. It's like I played this game recently, Ghost of Tsushima. Awesome game. And you're allowed to assassinate people, but like you're a samurai, so that's like not too cool or honorable. So, but it's still cool to walk out and be like, Sass!
But you can. It just affects your like
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, they don't like it. They're sometimes you have a flashback where you're like a kid and your like uncle's like, samurais don't kill people, only ninjas do. And yet you're sitting there going, well, ninjas are cool. like that's not telling me not to do it. You're telling me that it's the cool thing to do.
Did you ever play a game, Bushido Blade on PlayStation? It was like a samurai fighting game.
It sounds so familiar.
And it was like you could, it wasn't like open world, but there wasn't like a counter or anything. It essentially like once the screen opened up, you could just start fighting.
Okay.
But it was dishonorable to attack first, or there was like you had to wait to start. But the game didn't penalize you, so you could just cut everybody down like before they.
So even though it like frowned on like what you were doing,
there was never like
there was no punishment.
No, it was you were supposed to feel bad about doing it.
Yeah. All right. Good time.
Bushido Blade. Yeah, it was a tight game actually.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, more sounds familiar. I think I did play that. It was original PlayStation.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a very true to life feudal Japan kind of style.
That sounds super familiar. The more you talk about it. All right. Supposedly this is a comic show, so it's not video games. So let's get back to some comic books, I guess. It is the top of the hour though for our second hour. So let's quickly do a couple things real fast. You probably see with the stuff going on underneath. Claim the books in the chat. You can always give us a call, 215-963-0788. If you need to contact us or if you need to give us your contact information, for shipping and all that kind of stuff, email Al here at fjccshow@gmail.com. For anyone who's not aware of shipping costs, the first claim is $7 no matter what. Boom, that's the floor. Every item after that, we will combine all the orders to keep shipping costs as low as possible. But $7 is the floor, and then it kind of goes up from there depending on how many items and stuff you have.
That's right.
So we were not doing it right for 8 months.
No. Anybody who purchased anything prior to this week, you'll get your $7 flat rate.
Yeah. This
is only going forward from today.
Yes, because we realized we were dumb.
We were doing it wrong.
We were doing it wrong. But hey, we can admit it. We were wrong. In fact, a very honorable, mature thing, especially for an adult human being to do, is to acknowledge when you're wrong. You know, I don't know. Doubling down and saying that you're right all the time might be kind of a monster move. In fact, certain people who act like that are disgusting monsters, no matter what kind of authority they think they have. Anyway, Beta Ray Bill's first appearance. We talked about it. And next up is we got a new show coming up, people. Yep, just like WandaVision, just like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, our next big Marvel Disney Plus show is going to be the Loki one. And who knows? Again, like all speculation, people are wondering what kind of versions of Loki are going to manifest. Are there going to be different versions of him? Is he going to interact? What? So people are sniffing around right now. Sniffing, looking for buying low, selling high. It's like comic book stocks. Well, I don't know any of that. But the one thing I do know is what we have here. And what we have here is a bunch of comics relating to Loki. No, not first appearances or anything of that nature. That stuff is stone cold classic comics with a lot of value. And yeah, you're just not seeing first appearance of Loki here. That's for sure. I mean, I would love to. But we do get, let's see, we get first appearance of female Loki with a J. Scott Campbell cover. Very fine near mint copy at $15. This is Thor #5 during the J. Michael Straczynski, Oliver Coipel run. So there we go. And then you get, in the same run, different creative team, but still, Thor 6/17 by Matt Fraction and Pascal Ferry. This is a very fine near mint copy at $15. This is the first appearance of Kid Loki. And then Kid Loki, once he became a big fan hit, he got his own title for a while, just like with Lady Sif. Prior to Lady Sif taking over the Journey into Mystery title, Journey into Mystery was actually Kid Loki's title. The first up here is Journey into Mystery, issue number 622. Very fine near mint copy at $6. Al, I've already forgotten what this book is.
No problem.
Like, I know that
because of the Loki show.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's the handwritten notes, not Yeah. Sorry.
It's in the back.
Sorry, people. You know, we're not always the most it's like the one where I didn't highlight anything, I think.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
What issue?
622.
It's the first appearance of I Call.
Oh, okay, yes, I Call, which is Loki backwards, which is a future evil version of Loki, which is saying something because Loki technically is evil, but it was Kid Loki experiencing an older version of himself that he did not want to become. Now, again, people are speculating a lot about this show, and people are convinced at this point that there's going to be multiple versions of the Loki character. We'll see. But again, we're not talking about... Now, that one, that's legit, man. First appearance of Kid Loki. Kid Loki had a good run in the comic books. I would be shocked if some version of him does not appear. But anyway, there's that one. Next up in the Journey into Mystery is Journey into Mystery issue number 624. This is a very fine near mint copy at $6 again. And it's the first appearance of this character right here. I'm flaking on her name at the moment.
Leah?
Leah. Okay. Leah, which is a servant of Hela. She becomes Kid Loki's love interest. And again, people are wondering, will she appear? Who knows? A character that first appears in the next issue I'm going to talk about, I really hope appears, because I love the character, and that is Journey into Mystery 632, very fine near mint at $6. It is the first appearance of Thori the Hellhound. little kid Loki's best friend, his dog. I love it. So there we go. First appearance of Thori in Journey into Mystery, $6.32. Very fine near mint copy at $6. Boy, I really hope Loki gets a dog. Just saying. All right, and then we go to a series of books that pertain, as many of you saw in the previews, the Loki. He's sort of like he's wearing like sort of the Loki runs for mayor kind of outfit. The issue that has a lot of value is the cover A of Vote Loki #1. That's the one where it looks like a kind of a campaign poster, and it was an image that was definitely used in the show. So people are wondering. Well, we have from that series. This is Vote Loki issue #2. This is where Thad Moore illustrates that awesome Captain America issue #1 cover from back in the day, where Captain America punches Hitler. Well, in this one, Captain America punches Loki. All right, very fine near me copy at $6. Next up, now this one is a variant cover. This is by Dave Johnson. This is issue #2. This is a 1 in 50 variant. This is Vote Loki #2. Very fine near mint, $20. Loki put in a little bumper sticker on Jane Foster's Thor at the time. All right, and then is the cover A again of, now this is issue 3 by Thad Moore. This is where Loki kisses babies. Yeah, like any good politician. Very fine near mint copy at $6. And then we have the variant, which again is made to look like a campaign propaganda poster. This is of issue #3. This is Franco Francavalli. Excuse me if I mispronounced it real quick. I'm breathing back my own breath constantly. I have a jungle of humidity in my mask at the moment. I feel like I'm slurring my speech just trying to talk. Anyway, very fine near mint copy at $20. And last but certainly not least, the cover A of issue #4, the final issue of the Vote Loki series. Very fine near mint copy at $6. Thad Moore. He's got a flag. He's got a bald eagle. I mean, if that is not the most American, I mean, as long as you hold a flag and you got an eagle, then Americans will vote for you because we're that simple.
I mean,
we are a simple people.
never mind.
And I'm not saying that as a compliment.
At what point do we not wear masks on the show?
I would have done it already. Just you and I.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you can take your mask off.
Well, no, you don't take your mask off then.
Well, I mean, there's a pandemic going on.
Yeah, I know. So I figure, like, once we're both fully vaccinated, then I figure
Then we're good to take it.
Then that's technically when we're fine to take the mask off. Yeah. I got one more shot to go. It's my birthday present to myself. Can't wait to get sick. Because, of course, I'm going to be one of those people. And again, I'm getting my second vaccination on a Friday. And I still have to come into work on Saturday.
Ooh.
And I still have to do this show on a Sunday. So good luck to me.
No.
Yo, Eric, you're on notice.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, it is rough.
We don't have the complete Vote Loki series though, do we?
No, because we're missing issue #1. Because we did have issue #1. That was the famous cover. Someone bought it many shows ago.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, a bunch of people. We had probably more issues, but people are a little bit more aware of future trends than I was at first, and I'm pretty sure they bought it for like $3 and cleaned us out. Just cleaned us out. Vote Lokis. Anyway, there we go. That's our Vote Lokis. All right. I need.
When is Philly fully open? Is it Memorial Day?
I thought it was July.
Well,
I thought it was like Independence Day.
So Mr. Lime said July 1st, New York's declaring 100% open.
Okay.
What I was under the impression Philly was 100% open come Memorial Day, or is that just restaurants? And because I know a lot of servers are annoyed that they have to work till 2 a.m. again.
I don't know. Again, like the classic trope of this show.
Yeah,
does anyone watching have an answer?
So no, Jason said Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is now essentially because.
But what does that mean? Like everything, like
I think
people coming in with masks. I mean, people still have to wear masks.
I think everything except for Matt. All the restrictions lifted except for wearing masks.
Okay, so there's no like limits to.
I don't think there's any capacity limits.
Or anything. Yeah.
I think indoor dining is like open now.
Yeah, but it still has, I think, like 50% capacity or something like that.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I don't know.
I'll go out to dinner when it's 100%.
Yeah, like, when am I going to go to a movie? I don't know.
Philly's not 100% open for sure. Not yet.
No,
But,
definitely
I mean,
not. But if you want to go down to Georgia and Atlanta, man, you can hang out and watch a Braves game with 100,000 other people not wearing masks and just spitting and breathing all over each other. Oh, dude, I was watching the Phillies game the other night. Like, they have that new stadium that like fits like hundreds of thousands of people, and they're all just on top of each other, no masks. And I love how the Philly announcers are all like, "Hey, we want to get back to normal like everyone else does, but we like a little gradual, kind of safe, so we don't have to take a step back. Something that we all don't want to do."
Can we close these big windows in this box?
Oh, I know. Okay, so next up, we have some more bundles behind me here. So the first up is now there was a period where they sort of the Ultimate Universe of Marvel was kind of coming to its not end, but its next phase. So for the Ultimate Spider-Man comic, it became Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, which primarily focused on Miles Morales. At the same time, the Ultimate X-Men book came to an end, and then came back out as Ultimate Comics X-Men by Nick Spencer and later by Sam Humphries. This is that series. So the first up bundle is Ultimate Comics X-Men from 2011, issue number 1 through 6. It is a $24 bundle that we're selling here for $10. You get Wolverine's kid, Kitty Pryde, Johnny Storm, Iceman, because at this point the Fantastic Four broke up. Reed Richards is a villain, all that kind of stuff. Next up to that is the second arc of the Nick Spencer run. This is issue 7 through 12, $24 bundle. We're selling here for $10. And then starts the Brian Wood run before Sam Humphries. I was wrong. Ultimate Comics X-Men from 2012. This is issue 13 through 18. Again, that is another $10 bundle. It's the United We Stand storyline. Behind that, Ultimate Comics X-Men 18.1 through issue 23. Retails for $18. We're selling it here for $7. And the final story arc was Ultimate Comics X-Men issue number 29 through 33, World War X. Now this retails for $20. We got it here for $8. And speaking of those Fantastic Four, later in the Ultimate Fantastic Four run, Mike Carey, who some of you might know from Lucifer, Unwritten, other books that probably none of you read but me, but he did with Pascal Ferry. This is Ultimate Fantastic Four from 2006, issue 33 through 38. This is what is referred to as the God War arc. This is where he begins to introduce Ultimate Thanos. And then, following that up, is Ultimate Fantastic Four 39 through 41, the Devil's arc, where they introduce Ultimate Diablo. Now, this retails for $9, but we're selling it for $4. And then right behind that, Pascal Ferry coming back into the mix. You get Ultimate Silver Surfer. We're covering up his boobies here because he's fully naked, people. I don't know if you know about that. Anyway, this is Silver Surfer, Ultimate Fantastic Four, 42 through 46. You even get Ultimate Psycho Man, for any of you who are not aware of an old classic Fantastic Four villain. Retails for $15. We're selling it for $17. We're selling it for $7. And then the final Mike Carey Ultimate Fantastic Four arc. This is issue 47 through 53. Now, this is 2 complete story arcs. The first one deals with the Ultimate Red Ghost, but the big one is Ultimate Thanos comes home to roost, and you get a big old Thanos story in the Ultimate FF series. This is issue 47 through 53. Retails for $21. We have it here for $8. All right. So, that said, I have to come up with the next thing to talk about. All right. Al, what do we have for time?
For time, we got like 9 minutes to the next break.
9 minutes to the next break? Okay, so we're going to burn through some DC books here because I promised to do some DC. So we're going to do some DC. So first off, and these are some affordable books for anyone who is looking for books that, are a little bit more not pricey. Here we go. This is Brave and the Bold, issue number 128. It's Batman and Mr. Miracle. Fine minus $5. We have Brave and the Bold, issue number, it's a Whitman variant, so it doesn't say the issue number. I apologize. But this is where Batman and the Unknown Soldier fight Nazis. If you've watched this show, I really like when characters beat up Nazis. It never gets old. I wonder why. Very, very good plus at $5. Next up, Brave and the Bold, Batman and the Demon fight a bunch of like old, scary magic guys. Very good plus, $5. All right, Brave and the Bold, issue number 153, fine, copy at $4. Red Tornado shows up.
Is Brave and the Bold is just Marvel team up?
Yeah.
Marvel team up.
So instead of Spider-Man, it's Batman, and then it's every other character that they can't get traction on their own solo series. So here you go, Brave and the Bold, issue number 157. Batman and Kamandi show up. Kamandi loves to jump people in alleyways, and Batman's like, "Yo, dude, you can't really do that." In fact, Kamandi looks like my character in Ghost of Tsushima, jumping up on Batman to assassinate him, to cut his throat. Look, Kamandi's about to cut Batman's throat because Batman's just beating up on some poor homeless guy. Batman's such a dick. Anyway, fine, $4.
He's a 1%er. That's what they do.
He is definitely a 1%er, that's for sure. Okay, I don't know if you're reading Tom King's Strange Adventures. If you're not, I'm sorry, you're missing out on one of the better books being put out nowadays. But here we go. This is a fine plus copy at $4. This is Brave and the Bold 161. Batman helps Adam Strange, who was wanted for murder. Strange Adventures is pretty much all about war crimes. Brave and the Bold 163. Trell, are you out there? Batman and Black Lightning team up to fight gangsters. Okay, real quick. You're standing next to a bunch of oil tanks. Dude's got a Tommy gun. He's standing 10 feet from the oil tank, and he still shoots at them. It's absurd. Jim Aparo cover. Very fine copy at $5. All right. And then we have Brave and the Bold 166. Batman and the Black Canary kind of team up to take on the Penguin. Oh, now this is the return of the Penguin, because I don't know if you know this or not, but at the time in the Batman comics, the Penguin was supposedly dead. And if we know anything, if we've learned anything about the comic book medium, if a character dies, they usually say dead forever. So this was a big deal when the Penguin came back. Yeah. So very fine, $5.
Do you know what happened to the Penguin? How he got killed?
I have absolutely no idea. I don't read comics.
Can you, when you get a chance, can you run through the Brave and the Bolds from the beginning again?
Okay. All right. Real quick. We'll go backwards. All right. Brave and the Bold 166. Very fine, $5. Black Canary, Batman versus the Penguin. All right. Brave and the Bold 163. Batman and the Black Lightning fight a bunch of gangsters who are very irresponsible around oil tanks. Very fine, $5. Brave and the Bold 161. Batman and Adam Strange. Batman, I guess, is looking for Adam Strange because he's wanted for murder. But even if he cracks his case, can Adam Strange solve Gotham City's? Oh, wait. I remember what this issue's about now. Batman accidentally gets transported to Ron. Adam Strange accidentally gets transported to Gotham City, and they each have to solve a murder. That's cool.
That's gotta be.
Yeah. Brave and the Bold 153. Batman and the Red Tornado do Red Tornado stuff. Brave and the Bold 137. Batman and the Demon take a lot of psychedelic drugs and have a really bad trip. Brave and the Bold, issue number I don't know because it's a Whitman variant. Batman and the Unknown Soldier fight Nazis. During World War II, by the way. It's like Batman, it's like Earth 1, Golden Age kind of Batman.
Oh.
And last but not least, Brave and the Bold, issue number 128, Batman and Mr. Miracle. They're escape artists, escape from being, frozen solid. So those are all of our Brave and the Bolds. And then, right behind that is a couple DC Comics Presents. First up is DC Comics Presents issue number 7. This is not Brave and the Bold, which was usually Batman teaming up with someone. This is DC Comics Presents where Superman teams up with someone. So this is issue number 7. Superman and the Red Tornado show up, and Red Tornado spins his butt around. DC Comics Present issue number 12. Superman and Mr. Miracle team up. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Next up is DC Comics Presents issue number 21. Superman and the Elongated Man. What is happening? Ross Andrew, Dick Giordano cover. Are those statues? Are those actually like Superman's parents as giants? I should read this comic. Yeah. And DC Comics Presents 22. It's a fine copy at $3. Superman and Captain Comet do stuff. Captain Comet turns into a comet? Is that his power? If your name was Captain Comet, if you don't turn into an actual comet, do you not deserve your title, your name? Like, look, he's a big old comet now. But I don't remember that character actually turning into a physical comet. But the more I think about it, I like him better if that was his power, to turn into a comet.
What's the difference between Elongated Man and Plastic Man, like powers-wise?
Well, Elongated Man just stretches. Plastic Man can literally change into any shape.
So he's more Mr. Fantastic than...
Yeah, Elongated Man is Mr. Fantastic. Plastic Man is
Stretch Armstrong.
Is his own.
He's a Stretch Armstrong dog.
Stretch Armstrong wishes he was Plastic Man. Also, Elongated Man is a detective. Plastic Man is a criminal, is a thief. All right. So there we go. There is some nice late Bronze Age, early Copper era DC books.
Duke, there was a Red Tornado Superman. DC Presents number 7, very fine minus.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Now, for anyone who missed out on the beautiful nostalgia hit that was Thundercats number 1, don't worry. We don't have any more copies of Thundercats number 1 tonight. But I have 4 copies of number 7. I have a copy of number 14, number 16, number 21, number 23, and number 5. Now, unlike Thundercats number 1, despite the fact that the internet tells me that these issues have a lot of value, I didn't really think that was true. But I wanted to at least offer these to everyone in case they want to get in on the Thundercats love. Because you probably missed out on our local show. There has been a recent development in the Thundercats property. The director by the name of Adam Wingard, who recently directed the Kong vs. Godzilla movie, Warner Brothers said, "Thank you very much for making us money. What project would you like to do?" And Adam Wingard said, "Thundercats." And suddenly, number 1 skyrocketed up to like a $200 book. These are not $200. But you could have Thundercats number 5 for only $6. You could have Thundercats number 7. One of them's $2, and then 2 of them are $3, and one of them's $4.
Just so everybody's clear, these do carry value in Overstreet. Like, he priced these out of Overstreet. This isn't just made up prices.
Yeah.
So there is value to these books.
But not the value that something.
Like you're not going to retire on these, but
dude, I looked up some of these books like on eBay. And, they're opportunists. And suddenly, a book like issue number 14, okay, this random dude who I guess is the Tiger King mixed with Marlon Brando. They cage the Thundercats and make a zoo out of them. Somebody was trying to sell this book for $40 online. What the hell are they thinking? This is a fine copy at $3, and I would never ask for even more than $5 for it. Or how about this? Did you ever see The Fly? I'm talking about the original Fly, not the awesome David Cronenberg Fly. This is like Lion-O is like the Fly with Snarf. They get caught in a web. Again, this is a fine copy. It's $3. I mean, this is literally $3. Get yourself a nice little Thundercats nostalgia buzz. Here you go. This little Father Snarf character here shows up and really freaks out the 3, sort of henchman villains. This is issue number 21. It's fine. It's $3. Now this issue 23, this is a scarce issue because this Thundercats series only went to issue 24. And I don't think it's a book that sold that many copies at the time. So by the time that they got near the end, issue number 22, issue number 23, issue number 24, they became a lot scarce, much more scarce. And so forth, people on the internet are really trying to sell these for a lot of money. But you could have this one, which is fine, for only $5. And look, Lion-O gets eaten by a really bad fish monster that I'm pretty sure George Lucas stole this design and put the character in Phantom Menace. None of that is true, but hey, this is our show. We can say whatever we want.
To Jason, it's not a Whitman variant for DC Presents number 22. And to Duke, you absolutely can have one of each Thundercats. And now we're going to break.
Oh, okay.
We know this has been a difficult time for you. We know you are scared. Here at Regenerist Tech we have developed a safe and effective solution to our worldwide problem. Trust Regenerist. We give you back your life.
Welcome back to the emo Brendan and Al show. We're really sad boys, but we like comics because they make us happy. So will you make us happy and buy some comics for us? Here, hold on a second. I'm just not ready. Like, I'm not really prepared. I'm just not very good at this. I'm sorry, everyone. Hold on. Al, make sure everyone is not mad at us.
I didn't know we were doing this, everybody. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Jason, are you looking for any Whitman variants or just that issue specific? Nah, I can't be here if you're doing that. Like, it's too much. There you go. You win. He broke me. He broke me.
It's only a matter of time. I knew it. Everyone said it couldn't be done. Well, guess what? You were all wrong. As I've learned, I was right. You were wrong.
There you go.
All right, let's run through some more bundles here. If you guys have any questions about anything that we've shown, there's a lot of comics over here, but it's really hard work to go through it all.
We're not going to get to those.
We'll try to.
Tune into our Facebook show Monday.
Oh, yes.
Monday 12 to 1 and 4 to 6 on the Comic Book Shopping Network. And Tuesday from 10 to 12 on the Comic Book Shopping Network, where any books that he didn't talk about tonight, we'll just pilfer through and do ourselves.
And Mike will burn through everything that I painstakingly took all this time to work, and he'll burn through 3 weeks of stock in an hour. Love you, Mike. All right, real quick, let's do some quick bundles, and maybe we'll get back to some spotlight issues. Nation X. It was a 2010 limited series, issue 1 through 4. Pretty much the X-Men are on Utopia, and this is sort of an anthology series, just looking at all the different characters doing their thing. Retails for 16. We got it here for 6. Mutopia, born out of the House of M storyline. This is sort of Bishop as a bodyguard, and there's a lot of mutant celebrities. This is a 5-issue series by David Hine and Angel Medina. I think you can tell by this cover that this will not end well. This is a $15 bundle for $6. And then we have, now a lot of, I'm not going to overdo it. Okay, so this is Rick Remender and Oliver Coipel. This is Uncanny Avengers 5 through 11. It's a $32 bundle we have here for $13. This is the beginning of Remender's Apocalypse Twin storyline. And then here we have Uncanny Avengers from 2014, issue 18 through 25. This is the conclusion of the Apocalypse Twin storyline. Also introduced Red Onslaught, which was Red Skull mixed with Onslaught, a character who would show up in other comics. This bundle's $13. All right, and then we have, this was an Ultimate X-Men comic bundle I didn't get to earlier. This is not the Kirkman stuff. This is Brian K. Vaughan of Saga and Paper Girl fame. This is issue 55 through 60. That's Ultimate Long Shot there. And then you have, this is when Logan and Storm were getting together and they fight Ultimate Lady Deathstrike. It was a fun little run. Stuart Immonen's art's wonderful. It's a $7 bundle. All right, and then we got Ultimate Comics Hawkeye by my boy Jonathan Hickman. I love you, Jonathan. Ultimate Comics Hawkeye, issue number 1 through 4, complete limited series. Ultimate Hulk shows up. It's a good time. Retail $6. All right, Ultimate Marvel Team Up. Now, these were cherry picked by me because they're 2 of my favorite artists and 2 of my favorite characters. Not the Punisher. Spider-Man, Punisher, and Daredevil, illustrated by Bill Sienkiewicz. And then the 2 issues of Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, illustrated by Ted McKeever. Not for everybody, but sure as heck for me. $5. All right, and then we get, now this is the Ultimate Galactus trilogy, okay? So the first part is Ultimate Nightmare. This is by Warren Ellis. So you get issue 1 through 5 of Ultimate Nightmare, part 1 of 3 of the Ultimate Galactus trilogy, $7. Part 2, illustrated by Steve McNiven, written by Ellis again, issue 1 through 4 of Ultimate Secret, $5. And the third and final part of the Ultimate Galactus trilogy is Ultimate Extinction by Warren Ellis and Brandon Peterson. It's a 5-issue limited series. We have it here for $7. And then we have, this is cool. We haven't talked about this enough, this artist as much as I would love to, because I love his work, and this series was spectacular. No, we do not have the entire run. There were like multiple weird series and one-shots, but these are still 2 self-contained stories that are quality, especially as you watch David Mack's art develop over the years. First up is Kabuki, Skin Deep from 1996, issue 1 through 3, plus Kabuki 1/2. All right, it's David Mack there. And the final Kabuki story, and when David Mack takes his art and the comic book medium to another level, and that is Kabuki the Alchemy. This was a 9-issue limited series from 2004. This 9-issue series retails for about $36, but we got it here for $16. And I'm telling you, this is next level art, especially in the comic book medium. All right. And then, let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got some Thunderbolts. Who wants some Thunderbolts? You want some Thunderbolts. You want some Thunderbolts. Everyone wants Thunderbolts. All right. You see this pile here? This is all Thunderbolt bundles, all right? So I have like no more room, but I'm going to throw it out anyway. All right, this is later Thunderbolts. This is when everybody had a red theme to it. You got Deadpool, you got Elektra, you got Punisher, you got Flash Thompson's Venom, and you got Red Hulk. This is the Infinity tie-in story arc from Thunderbolts from 2013, issue 14 through 18, $7.
To Mr. Lime, pretty much all the Kabuki trades are out of print.
Yeah, it's all
like
out of
all
print.
that stuff's out. A lot of that early Icon stuff, especially the early stuff from Caliber, that's all out of print. But we do have some Kabuki bundles for sale.
Next up is a limited series. Thunderbolts presents Zemo from 2007, issue 1 through 4. Fabian Nacesi and Tom Grummett. Zemo is back, $5. Zemo is making out with Songbird. This is Thunderbolts from 2005, issue 101 through 106. It includes the Civil War tie-in issues. Also, you got Hyperion showing up. If anyone's been reading The Heroes Reborn, which was just released this week, Hyperion is back in the news, baby. $8. All right, and then we have the Secret Invasion story arc. Thunderbolts fight the fake Captain Marvel, but you didn't know that at the time. This is Thunderbolts from 2008, issued 122 to 125. All right, this is right before Dark Reign, where Norman Osborn was just running the Thunderbolts. And then we get Andy Diggle and Roberto Del Toro's take-up of the Thunderbolts. This is during the Dark Reign series. This is when Bullseye was still a character, Moonstone, Venom, all that kind of stuff. Ghost shows up. It gets pretty cool. Thunderbolts 126 through 131, $8 bundle. And look, you even get they hunt down Deadpool. And the blonde Black Widow becomes a whole thing. Something happened?
You hear that?
Yeah.
I hear like music playing.
What just happened? Uh-oh. Did we call forth real ghosts? Like the screen went dark?
I'm hearing something. Maybe your phone?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, now we're deep into the Dark Reign. Thunderbolts, 132 through 137. It's pretty dark. Oh, and here, you even get like Power Man and Luke Cage fight the Thunderbolts, which is telling because a certain character, Luke Cage, is going to reappear very shortly. $8 bundle. All right. Thunderbolts, still part of the Dark Reign. And Andy Diggle is finishing off. This is Jeff Parker is now taking over the series. This is issue 138 through 143. And you get the Siege storyline, all that kind of stuff that pops up.
Can you pass me the Deadpool Thunderbolts bundle?
Yes. Now, before you buy the bundle, I just want you to know the 2 issues that are in here with the Thunderbolts fight Deadpool. There is a crossover with 2 issues of Deadpool. If you buy or know anything about Deadpool, they're not in here because we don't have them. It's very hard to get Deadpool comics. So anyway, I just want you to know that the 2 issues of the Deadpool crossover with Thunderbolts is not in here. But the story still works. I read it because I was just curious. You don't need to, so we'll put it aside. But if for whatever reason that changes your mind, I totally understand. So did that one? Okay, yeah. So now it's beginning the Jeff Parker, Kev Walker run of Thunderbolts. Now, this is issue 144 and 146 through 149. This bundle is missing 145, but the price is according to that, okay? So this bundle is actually like much cheaper than I would have. And again, I read through this story just to make sure it still makes sense. But if you want to hunt down 145, it's not an expensive book or anything. Just for whatever reason, we just didn't have it. But again, this is a fun bundle. I really love this run by Jeff Parker and Kev Walker. Juan, if you're out there, you and I, we used to geek out about this run a lot. And this is even before Luke Cage took over and Man-Thing joined the team and stuff. Oh, wait, this is when Man-Thing starts joining the team. So cool. If you didn't know, this period of Thunderbolts, they literally just become the Dirty Dozen. Okay, no, I'm sorry. They figuratively just become the Dirty Dozen. So that's Thunderbolts 144, 146 through 149, $7. Followed up by Thunderbolts 150, 151, 153 through 157. It's missing 152, but that was sort of like a one-off issue. It doesn't really kind of fit into the arc. That's c'est la vie. Again, this is where you get the Juggernaut joins the team. Luke Cage runs the team. Man-Thing's a member. This book became so weird and so cool. It's $10 bundle. Then we have the complete Fear Itself tie-in storyline of Thunderbolts. This is issue 158 through 162. This is where they fight all the gods. Good stuff. $7 bundle. And then we got a new beginning where the Jeff Parker and Kev Walker run began. This is where Mr. Hyde joins the team. Ghost is still there. They end up going in the past. Luke Cage is now beating them up. This book just gets weirder and weirder. This is 163 through 168, $9 bundle. And then the final arc of this Jeff Parker, Kev Walker run before the book pretty much became Dark Avengers. This is Thunderbolts 169 through 174. It's a fun little storyline where they get sent into the past. It's sort of like Arthurian legends. It's pretty wild. So there we go there. What do we have for time? Don't we have a hard out?
We got about 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes? Okay.
10 minutes, and the Phillies are losing.
No! What jerks! Jerks! All right, so let's do a few more DC books. Okay, this is going to be primarily Batman, but this is Detective Comics, okay? So here we are, Detective Comics. This is issue 423. It's a very good plus copy. Why is this thing not plugged in? Is that plug plugged in?
Yeah. Seems like.
Is the wrong plug? Hey, if we cut out early,
No, you're good.
okay, something must have been loose.
I mean, everything over here.
Okay, we're good. Anyway, that was Detective Comics 423, very good plus at $15. Batman is a sniper and he shoots people because that's what Batman does. Now we get where Detective Comics became Batman Family for a little while. This is a fine copy at $10. You get a Batmite story. The Demon was going on. This is when Steve Ditko was doing the Demon backups, which is pretty cool. You get Batgirl, you get Robin, a lot of sexual tension. So hot. Then you got Batman Family, Detective Comics 483. 6 sensational new stories. I'm pretty sure Gotham Cop is in this one because, yeah, that makes sense. Thomas Wayne shows up and murders people. It's weird. Batman in the Bronze Age was so, except for the Neil Adams stuff, so wild. Anyway, Batman 486 is a fine copy at $6. Robin has a fearsome fight with the Scarecrow. Batgirl's in action because, of course, you can't give anything else in terms of details. And you get Human Target stories. So there was a good period during this detective run where Human Target by Len Wein, and I can't remember the artist. But anyway, this is where you start getting the Human Target backups. All right, and then we got Batman starring in Detective Comics, 5 all-new thrillers. This is $488, fine, $6. The Spooks death sentence for Batman. Ghosts. I'm telling you, it's the theme of the night. Ghosts. Batgirl, back to Congress or back to the streets. Yeah, because that's a choice. Robin battles campus kidnappers, and the Elongated Man shows up.
That guy again.
That guy again. Here we go. Detective Comics 489, fine, at $6. You get a novel-length Robin Batgirl story because they really wanted these kids to get together, that's for sure. You also get a Batman story, a Commissioner Gordon story in his first solo story. That can't be true, but it says it on the cover. And you get a Ray Palmer, the Atom backup in a mini epic. And if you learned anything, if it says it on a comic book cover, then it has to be true. All right, next up, Batman in Detective Comics, $4.90. Very good copy at $4. This is when, actually, this is a fun one. Trell, if you're out there, this is when you start getting the Black Lightning backup stories. First of all, Batman fights Ra's al Ghul and Talia versus the Sensei, fights a bunch of assassins. Robin and Batgirl get solo epics. But more than anything, this is the issue where it begins the Black Lightning backup features. Because, of course, Black Lightning, I don't know, his solo series lasted, what, 5 issues? And they were like, put him in Detective. Next, we get Detective Comics $4.91, a fine copy at $6. You get the assassination of Batgirl. Like, look, she gets shot in half. She's kind of like Kim Cattrall as the mannequin. Oh, you get the return of Maxie Zeus. Good stuff. And you get Robin fighting murders on campus. At least it's better than rapes on campus. Next up, Detective Comics $4.93. Red Tornado shows up again. Man, you can't have a Batman comic or a team-up book without Red Tornado showing up. You get Batman versus the Riddler, Batgirl back in action, Robin's secret identity is in danger, and the Human Target is back. All right. And then last but not least is Detective Comics $4.97, fine copy at $6. It's the issue where is Batgirl a murderer? Spoiler, she is. All right, so those are all our fun little detective comics. All right, next up is, what do we got? Oh, these are some fun. All right, I need to do the Marvel team-ups, but here we go. A lot of people are really into this stuff lately. It's the, in the late 60s, early 70s, Marvel started to put out reprint books of a lot of their early Silver Age superhero stuff. So here we are. Giant size Marvel Triple Action #2. You get a reprint of the Avengers vs. the Serpent Society, reprint of Daredevil vs. Owl, and the reprint of the Doctor Strange Thor crossover story where they fought Loki. This is a very fine plus copy at $20. And we get Marvel Collector's Item Classics. This is issue #8, a very good plus copy at $12. Get a reprint of Evil Reed versus Doom. You get a Tales of Suspense when Iron Man was still a gold tin suit. You get Doctor Strange fighting ghosts. See? And the Hulk fights the Toadmen, one of the weirder early Hulk comics. And you get Marvel's Greatest Comics, which used to be maybe Marvel. It doesn't matter. Marvel's Greatest Comics, issue #26. It's a fine copy at $9. This is a reprint of multiple Fantastic Four issues, primarily pertaining to the Puppet Master. Also, you get a backup of some Captain America, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange from Tales of Suspense and Strange Tales. And you get Marvel Super Action #2, fine plus copy at $7. This reprints the 2 issues of Captain America where the Red Skull creates the Sleeper, and Captain America fights him. It's pretty cool.
So this doesn't happen often, but Jason made a claim, and he actually already has the run. So now one of us has to buy it.
Oh,
So you can buy this one, I'll buy the next one.
no, we have to buy it.
That's how
It works.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes complete sense.
Or the restock fee. That's good. I like that.
Hmm.
We'll do that too. We'll do a restock fee, and he's gonna buy it.
Good one. Do we have a hard out tonight?
58. So
58?
about 5 minutes.
So we got 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. We could, I guess, do more comics. All right, let's run through some Marvel team-ups real fast to see what happens. Everyone be ready. Be ready. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. All right, so Marvel team-up, issue #28. Spider-Man and Hercules. City Stealers. Marvel team-up, 44. Spider-Man and Moondragon. Plus many other guest stars. Some would say a galore. Vision and Doctor Doom and Scarlet Witch. Oh, by the way, that was $4. This is $4. Most of these are relatively cheap. This one is not, though. This is a very fine Nearman copy. Marvel Team Up #54, $8 book. Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk. Also, this is a John Byrne art right before he started doing the X-Men. Marvel Team Up 58. Spider-Man and the Ghost Rider doing stuff, getting trapped by the ghost, the Trapster, Panic on Pier 1. Man, that store just can't catch a break. Oh, poor Pier 1. No wonder it went out of business. Ghost Rider was always driving through it. It's a fine copy at $4. But here's a fun little thing. If you don't want to spend $4 on this original Marvel Team Up #58, maybe you want Marvel Tales 255, which is a reprint of Marvel Team Up 58. But not only is it $1 cheaper, but it has a really cool Sam Keith cover. But just so you're aware, this is the same book, just different covers and published at a way different time.
Mr. Lime is going to take it, but which
okay,
one would you
Mr.
like?
Lime, do you want the original or do you want the reprint with the cool Sam Keith cover?
Or you want them both?
Or you want them both, yeah. And then next up, what you think about that? Marvel Team Up featuring Spider-Man and Ms. Marvel versus the Super Skrull, issue 62. This is a very fine plus copy. This is an $8 book. This actually has a little bit of value. Chris Claremont doing Spider-Man and Ms. Marvel. And then you get Ms. Marvel in her newer outfit. This is Marvel Team Up #77. Very fine at $5. And then we have Marvel Team Up 89. Very fine, $5. Nightcrawler and Spider-Man team up to fight some random dude with lions in a circus, and who knows what the hell's going on. Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and the Black Widow get shot by somebody in a bullet chair. Anyway, Very Fine Plus, $6, or maybe you could even win a Toys R Us shopping spree for all I know. Because, that's still going on, right? And then Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, $133, Very Fine, $3. Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Captain Marvel, the Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel, $142. They break up a science convention or something. I don't know. Very Fine, $3. And Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Nomad. Taskmaster shows up, some random dude from a weird Marvel role-playing game. But the funnier thing about this issue, okay, Peter and the dude who's Nomad, who I can't remember his name, what they're doing before Taskmaster shows up is they're going to see Rio Bravo. And they have lots of glowing things to say about John Wayne. Because this book came out in 1984. And then we have Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and the Mighty Thor, $148, fine, $2. Woo! All right. That was almost like a lightning round for all I know. And so I figure we are very much at the end. We have like literally a minute. So let's just quickly say thank you very much, everybody. If you want, we'll be back next week. You can check us out on our local show at 4:30 on Sundays. That's the Fat Jacks Comicrypt Facebook page. We're live. If not, we will be back here on The Experience from 6 to 8. Also, check out Al and Mike Mondays and Tuesdays on the Comic Book Shopping Network. If you want to know the times, check out our page. It's pinned up there at the top. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the mothers out there, as pandering as that sounds. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Take care, everyone. Be well. Be safe. Peace.